Hi, I'm Matt with State of Flux here with another Everyone's a Critic 52-week movie challenge. We are on challenge 34-ish. The challenge is a film set during the Great Depression. I chose Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Year release 2000, aspect ratio 2:1, runtime 1 hour 42 minutes, genre it's a dramedy. Rated PG-13, starring George Clooney, Tim Blake Nelson, John Turturro, John Goodman, and Holly Hunter. Directed by Joel Cohen. Produced by Touchstone Pictures. Written by Joel and Ethan Cohen. Music by T-Bone Burnett. It only was nominated for 2 Academy Awards, which were Best Adapted Screenplay and Best Cinematography. Why did I choose this particular film? The Depression can be, believe it or not, quite depressing. And I was not in the mood for a depressing movie, so I Googled movies set in the Depression, and this one jumped out at me as being a comedy. It is less likely to be, depressing. Have you seen this movie before? Yes, I saw it once, and I can tell you the exact day I saw it. I saw it on January 1st, 2001. The only reason I remember this so distinctly is because the theater had oversold tickets, and so I, getting in there pretty late, had to stand for the entire hour and 42 minutes against the back wall of the theater and watch the movie. And would you recommend this film? Why or why not? It's a testament to the quality of this picture that, yes, I like any other movie, I would have walked out of that theater. I liked this movie, and I did not mind standing and watching a movie for an hour and 45 minutes straight. It is a good movie. I haven't seen it since that day, back in 2001, so it's been a long separation, but watching it again, it is a very good movie. It's very funny, beautifully shot. The cinematography is fantastic, and the trio of leads are all just phenomenal, but George Clooney has just a special magic to him in this movie. He is so good. It's great, and I like how it recontextualizes Homer's Odyssey and modernizes it and updates it in a really unique and compelling way. This is a film that is often shown in science fiction or literature classes in high school and college, and in fact, both times that I took classes like that, this movie was shown. Having seen it, and having like a good memory of it, I didn't really rewatch it. So I've only seen it the 2 times, but it is a very good movie. It is a very strong Coen brother film, and that's saying something. They are phenomenal filmmakers. Which character were you most able to identify with or connect with, and in what way? I'm a hair guy. I very much value my hair, so the Ulysses Everett character, the George Clooney character, he spoke to me with his "Old Dapper Dan" thing, and just constantly focusing on his hair. I lived that. That was connection right there. Best line or most memorable quote, damn, we're in a tight spot. That part in the opening, I think it's the opening scene, had me laughing. It's like Clooney repeats it 4 or 5 times, and it is hilarious. There's many great quotes. This is a very quotable movie, very funny movie. I'm a Dapper Dan man. Great, excellent movie. Were you surprised by the ending, and what would you have done differently? No, I wasn't necessarily surprised, and I wouldn't do anything differently. It was good, and I like the whole Holly Hunter bugging him about getting the wrong ring, and he's like, well, it's at the bottom of the lake bed now, and she's like, we're not getting married until that happens. That part, genius. It's a great film. Imagine yourself in this time period. What would you do if you were in the same position as the main character? I don't know. I just try to make it through and survive, man. It's not a very inviting time period. It's not it's kind of compelling on a survivalist ideology, especially when you're in a economic crisis such as that, what you will do for your family and stuff like that, and to some extent that is what this movie is about, and how it does connect to the Odyssey, and why Odysseus and that is trying so desperately to get back home, and the journey that life takes you isn't always from A to Z. There's hardships along the way that you have to endure on top of it, but it all comes down to that family. And so, me being a family man as well, like I would do anything I could to ensure that I get to them and be supportive of them and whatnot. Anything else I would like to add? This movie is kind of the one that pioneered the in-film colorization. It developed the technology that could color time and whatnot, everything with the movie, which this is kind of like patient zero. Well, it's utilized incredibly well in this film, and is done without like any kinks. Like it seems like flawless. This is the film that kind of, because this technology became available, and then your Michael Bays and everything got colored time to shit throughout the whole rest of the 2000s. I think this and Lord of the Rings really kind of effed with the visual aesthetic that most films kind of ran with for most of the next 10 to 15 years after its release, and that's a shame. Well, you can't blame that on this film. This film utilizes it artfully, smartly, and phenomenally. That is something that bothered me, and I always, every time I see something like that and that does bother me, I turn back to this one and be like, it's because of you, even though it honestly wasn't. Alright, Challenge 35, a book adaptation, so we're going to do that next week, and I think I know exactly which one I'm going to do. So anyway, that's coming to you next week. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought of this film in the comments down below. Oh brother, where art thou? Thanks for watching. Peace.